And welcome everybody. 505 interview series. Big D here coming to you from the 505 Summer Lounge, aka we got the sweatshop. Oof, hot day today. I don't know what's going on with the weather. We're not going to get a fall. It's just going to go heat to cold. Anyway, tonight I'm proud to have these guys on. They're my buddies. I love talking with these guys. Fantastic. I met them through the Cigar Clowns as part of the Taste Test Tuesday panel, and we just kind of immediately hit it off. These guys have their own show. They are superstars on YouTube, the Rev Room. They do product reviews, cigar reviews. Maybe you've seen them and hung out with them on some lives on Instagram. These guys do a fantastic job. Love talking to them. So without further ado, I will bring on the Rev Room.
What's going on,
gentlemen?
What's happening?
Glad that you guys could make it.
Oh yeah.
We have Mike and Mark of the Rev Room, and while I get my cigar lit up, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and talk about your channel for just a minute.
All right. Well, I'm Mike of the Rev Room. Mark here. We're two of the three Rev Room E's, if you will, and basically we are a review-based channel on YouTube, and up until recently, Rumble because of the YouTube politics. So all our cigar-related content is now on the Rumble account, along with Danny here. And what else? What else can I say? We've been doing this for a long time now. Newer on the YouTube platform with the Rev Room Network, but we are here, and
we are here.
And you are here.
We've been talking about getting on with you for a while.
Yeah.
And it's finally happening. Get your ends up. What's up?
Yeah, I'm glad to get you on. I've been kind of trying to plan out and think about how I was going to be doing the whole lives. Hey, no, that's not. Does somebody have? Yes, these are the guys with the flashlight lighter that did the review on it. Ben, yes.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you.
thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's what? There's probably what? How many videos we got on YouTube itself now?
Just on YouTube, we have 270 live videos, and probably 320 in the queue waiting to go live.
Oh yeah, busy. Lot of work with this thing right back here.
Yes. So yeah, I've been wanting to get on with you guys and get you guys on the show, and I didn't know. I wasn't quite planning on starting the whole interview series up until probably into the new year, but getting that suspension off YouTube kind of forced me into change of plans, and then seeing that the review stuff just isn't really working on Rumble and losing the audience that I had over here, I decided, well, let's change path and let's go towards the live.
Yeah, we ran into the same issue, along with everyone else doing cigar reviews, and we took it upon ourselves to just remove all the content from YouTube because we have everything else going, from the tech to everything else, that we couldn't afford to get the almighty strike from YouTube, and so we moved everything there.
Plus, all of that came about about a month or so after we became monetized.
Yeah.
So to not put any kind of risk at being shut down after I jumped on a year ago.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for...
Yeah, the Rev Room is 2 years old, 2.5 years old. Mark's our newest member of the Rev Room, but, it's just, like he said, after monetizing and having thousands upon thousands of views just on the cigar, the tobacco-related content, having that cut out from under us sucks, obviously. And, Rumble, just the crowd isn't there yet in Rumble. And it's unfortunate, but there's really no other platform that you can post anything that, is substantial enough to get views on it. But
Yeah.
we've been doing okay, but nothing really like worthwhile.
Yeah, I just haven't, I just haven't found the traction in it. It takes so much time to make and edit and do all the work that, I'm just not really interested in wanting to, you know, put that stuff out because I've had to expand, between posting on Rumble and LinkedIn and Facebook. It's like I'm still not getting the same amount of viewership I was getting from YouTube. But they seem to be leaving the live content alone, so
Yeah.
you know what? I will just roll with the lives on YouTube,
Oh yeah.
as well as running it on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see where else we grow. But I got I thought about also trying to do a dual stream over on Rumble with this, but I just don't have the audience there, and I just don't think it would be worth it to pay that extra money to not get the audience value out of it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but that's the thing. Unfortunately, there's just no other platform, and YouTube knows this. They're dominant.
Yeah.
Most people, even if they want to watch you, they want to watch you, but they're not willing to download another app. As stupid as that sounds, you know what I mean? To watch content, but it's going to get to the point where no one's going to be able to post anything on YouTube. Especially, we're obviously cut down with the cigars already, but nothing's going to be on there that is remotely interesting to most, we'll say, men of our age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentlemen of a certain stature.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Well, and I've noticed the last couple months on Instagram that the posts have just kind of died off for me. Where I was going from getting quite a few views on posts to now just not really getting anything.
Well, everything's dominated to the reels now.
I've done the reels, and I'm still not getting the viewership off of the reels. So, because again, it's cigar. And how do you do that? I even took anything cigar related off of hashtags on it just to see where that would go. And it got the same traction as one that I did with having cigar related stuff in hashtags.
Yeah.
So how long have you two known each other?
9.
Has it been that long?
I'm in my 9th year at work.
So yeah, about 9 years.
9 years.
Oh yeah.
And what made you want to join in on the Rev Room?
I kind of just took it upon myself one day, recorded the video, and then showed it to him. Said, "Here, watch this." And that was it. Took him back a little bit. I could say that, right?
Definitely. I was
Uh,
not expecting, that. It was like an unwanted application, and you put the job interview out that you weren't even aware of. But yeah, I mean, we were talking, we started getting closer as friends, and just one day he sent me a video. I don't even remember what the product was that he was reviewing.
I don't remember.
And I was like, oh, you're interested in shooting videos, and next thing you know, he's buying cameras and lighting and everything else. And I was like, my other partner Mickey, who's been around since the start. We spoke and we were like, listen, we're in a transition period where we're looking for a new third, that is, and just kind of worked itself out. I enjoy having him a part of the Rev Room family, and everything's kicking off and working very nicely in our favor.
I think I enjoy everybody's uniqueness off of your channel, whether it's you guys doing something solo or whether you're together. You guys click very well and play off of each other very well. Yeah. You know, it makes for a good watch. You know, I can say that I'm not I'm not bored when I watch your show. You know, there's some good entertainment value there. There's a lot of good information behind there, and when you're doing product reviews, I mean, you guys keep your product reviews short and sweet, but you get right to the point in them. You know, and
yeah, I mean that was the entire premise of doing. So we basically started. You know, I started doing reviews, okay, and just doing it more so to want to help people. And starting that whole premise, 90% of my work was done just on Facebook and in Facebook groups specialized for X product, and that eventually brought over to going into the YouTube and everything. And what's the number one thing that you get aggravated? You're trying to do something, you're trying to get something to work, and you're watching a 25-minute long video to know 5 seconds of it. And I'm like, I can't stand this. So that's how this started. Just get right to the point, dive right into the information, get everything out as fast as possible, and as detailed as possible without being too over the top with it. And at that point, if anyone needs over the top, they message us constantly. I get thousands of messages a day, literally thousands a day, of how to do this, how to do that in more detail. And we sit there, I'm on my phone all day long, just helping people out, texting with them, and trying to contribute.
And Ben has a product idea for you to review.
I see that. I don't know. Maybe you can give me a recommendation on what brand I should pick up, and we'll do a product review.
No, maybe you should do a couple: name brand, store brand.
We'll do the best, cheapest enema machine
Yes,
on Amazon.
exactly.
Video.
Yeah, so it's good. I hate your candy and cookie reviews with a passion because I end up going and buying them.
That's it, but it's always good. If I said it was good, it's good.
Now, have any of these candy brands reached out to you guys to go, hey, we're going to send you some stuff. You want to review this stuff for us?
That most of them are just too big to even, bother, with any kind of product reviewers or anything like that. But that would be nice. We get a lot of.
Don't they know who you are?
Yeah, apparently not. They don't know that we're YouTube superstars, according to Mr. Danny over here.
You are. You are.
But we get a lot of companies reaching out to us, and believe it or not, we turn down more than we accept. And there's various reasons that go behind what we pick to review and how we go about doing it. We will never get paid to do a review. The most we get is the product for free. And, a lot of the times a company will send us a product for free. We'll do the review. I always mention that I got said product for free. I'm not getting paid. I refuse to take any payment from any company to do a product review. That's just where we are. I have a lot of companies offer me several thousands of dollars. I'm sure you do as well in the cigar world, to do product reviews, and I just don't believe in doing that.
I don't take any money, on that. I have advertisers. I get paid off of my advertisers, but and I've put it to companies when they send me stuff. I go, I'm not going to give you a good review just because you send me something. Yeah. And you're going to get it as is. And some companies get it. Some are like, well, we want to review it before you put it. No, if you want it done, I'm going to do it, whether I like it or not. But I'll do my best to help promote and sell it for you. But I'm not going to give you anything good.
You'll see the video live when everyone else sees it all together.
There you go. I have the Freak Show from the Cigar Clowns, and I believe
a Tattoo 10.
I got the tramp stamp.
There you go.
Sorry.
Very good. And then starting up noticing how things went, and I was talking with Ryan from Rocky Mountain Cigar Show. We said, because we both enjoy doing the review stuff. It's just everything to put it all together sucks.
Yeah.
and we were talking, and he's like, dude, what if we did a live? Yes, Ray. I got a freak show. Yeah. Yeah. So I go, what if we just did like a live? He goes, what if we just did a live review, like on Instagram, where we just do. Everybody can see like the hour and a half to 2 hours it takes us to smoke everything we go through, but we do it live, banter, and have it. And he goes, and let's grow it to get manufacturers on, and we live review in front of the manufacturers. And I was like, well, I'm game. I mean, if I can quit like doing review stuff, sure. And so we did it, and it's been very good. It's been really fun and super successful. The manufacturers that we've had on have been super, super receptive to having their product live reviewed. Good, bad, or ugly. They've been super receptive on it. And it's also, I think, giving them a bit more exposure to being out there that, hey, we're smoking this stick, we're live reviewing it, and hey, this is XYZ, he owns the brand, we're live reviewing it in front of him. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Creators Corner. So, we've had a lot of fun, and tomorrow night we have the world famous Ish from Mammoth Cigars will be on. We'll be smoking his 50th anniversary Lancero, which is a 8x50.
Wow.
That's a Lancero I can get behind.
That's some Lancero.
I was just gonna say favorite size.
Oh, it's Anthony. Wow, hey Anthony. Yeah, so it's been fun, and I think for a lot of content creators out there, especially who are on YouTube, I've seen a lot drop out when they started in on their purge. And I've seen a lot just not even drop off YouTube, drop off of like anything cigar, social media related altogether.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because a lot of guys, are doing good reviews and they're entertaining. That's again like how we got in touch with you, started watching your reviews and everything. I'm like, all right, so when you're talking to people, you never know who knows what, and how intelligent they are and what category that they are involved in.
Yeah.
So obviously with the cigars, and once I started watching your reviews, I got hooked, and it's like it sucks because now I'm not going to be able to go and watch a video, no matter who it is, not just yours, but any video from any brand or any company that does reviews whenever I want. I either have to catch it live, which you cannot post anymore, and that's it. So it's time and place. Okay, you're going live 9 o'clock, such and such a day, to do this cigar review. You watch it, and that's it. You can never watch it again, and you're stuck with it.
You can go back and watch all our Tuesday shows on my Instagram. I have them all there.
The regular shows, but if you're going to do cigar-type reviews...
Oh, yeah. And I've knocked it down, if you're... as I say, I guess if you're a fan of mine and my reviews... You may get maybe 2 reviews out of me for a month. Other than that, you'll have to catch it live or watch the replay of the Tuesday show in order to see it, check it out. I feel bad about it, but my options became limited. It's like this isn't working. So,
have you looked into possibly like making your own website to post your videos on?
No. Yeah, you know how hard that is for somebody like me? I have zero tech skills.
Well, that's why you pay people in those
Ow,
categories.
that's too much. That's too much work. Too much work. I can't do that. But I guess it's an option, and I have all my content saved. So I didn't lose, just because they went through and they deleted everything pre-recorded off the channel, I still had everything. I had it all backed up and saved, so I didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Since we started, I have 2 8-terabyte drives double backed up and 2 4-terabyte drives on my computer. Everything's double and triple backed up just in case. Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's important. Well, we got our buddy Kang from Indonesia.
Ooh.
He's a big cigar guy out there. So welcome, Kang.
What time is it over there?
It's like tomorrow afternoon.
Wow.
He's like a day.
Over here.
He's like a day and a half. He's like a day and a half ahead of us.
They were talking to somebody from Back to the Future.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's different, and I think you guys were a bit on the more lucky side because you were diversified with what your channel was about. It just wasn't all tobacco related content,
Right.
The tobacco related content was probably, I would say, 1% of everything you had on your YouTube channel.
Up until a certain point, and then the tobacco stuff just kind of, within the past 8-9 months?
Yeah, I would say the past like 8-9 months. Since we brought Mark on, that's when we started introducing the tobacco related stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I would say just one day it was like we just started getting boxes of stuff sent to us, and it was lighters and cutters and just unbelievable amount of stuff.
Yeah.
From that to products and then just cigars, and we started posting. We probably have about, I would say, maybe 50 to 60 product review videos, and they all went live, and over the course of the past 8 months, and they all got taken down in less than a day once everybody got that glorious email from YouTube.
Oh yeah, I woke up one day and I saw that an entire year's worth of content was deleted, and I was just like, well, that's how it's going to be. And then by the time the suspension was over with, the only thing left were lives. Were the only thing that were left. Almost 3 years worth of content was just
bye-bye.
I remember the second getting that email and texting you. What's the plan? What do we got going here? What are our options? And just talking for weeks on end with no ideas at all in sight of what we were going to do with content that we already had done. And you can appreciate the hours of effort that you put into making a single video, let alone 3 years worth of content just gone. It's just
gone. And I've taken the advantage over the last, every now and then, and I just haven't felt like creating any content, going back into that archive. It's like, hey, here was my first video that ever got 1,000 views, and I was like, oh, rewatch it. It's a terrible video. It's terrible. I can't watch it. And then I was like, here's my first my first 2,000 view video. It's not that bad. In fact, it's kind of funny. But I'm just like, let's just go into the archives. Let's give some people some douche chills.
It's good to see, and even if you don't repost them, it's good for your own ability, so to speak, to keep them and see how much you've grown from your first video to now. Yep. We see it all the time with ours. Ours are all live. So from the day we started, the Rev Room, again, I've had a few years on top of that, so I'm a little more comfortable behind camera. But our first couple of videos, you're sitting there, you're lost in space. You're still trying to get the feel of everything, and just your editing. You just pick up on different editing skills and just make things better. Like your logo. We literally were just talking about it right when we're sitting there waiting to go live, and your animated logo. It's like something like that. A creator sees that and appreciates the effort that goes into those little minute details that most people don't even pick up on. They don't even realize.
Yeah, they watch
what
it
goes
and they're
into it.
They're just waiting for that to end and you to come on. I mean, going back to what you were saying with editing. So it's me, Mike, and our friend Mickey. You know, when I first come on and started doing stuff and recording, I didn't have my laptop here. I didn't know anything about editing, nothing. So he was doing all the work, and that was a lot.
3 people.
That was a lot. So then Mickey started doing it, and then I was like, all right, I needed a new computer anyway because I was having trouble literally taking the stuff off of the SD cards to copy them and give him the files just with my old laptop alone. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get a new one, I'm going to get one and be done for the time being. So, and then he showed me how to do very simple things with editing. So I'm getting better. So everything over the past month or two?
Yeah, probably the past month or two you started.
Past
really
month or two, anything you see that I've done, I'm editing it. So
That's cool. That's cool though. Yeah. I like that. You know, it's
a lot too. I mean, if you got an 8-minute video, it probably takes an hour and a half just to edit it alone. Never mind some of the more intricate stuff where there's 7 to 10 different video clips. Now you got to put them all in, and if they're not numbered from saving it, you got to figure out which one's going where. So you're watching the clip, you put it in. You're watching another clip, you put it in. Then you got to chop it all up. It's time.
It does. It takes time, and that's why I just kind of like, I don't know about doing review stuff anymore. You know, that's right, because like Ryan and I have talked about this when some people have asked us on Tuesday nights, and it's just like, look, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours to smoke a cigar. It's another hour and a half to 2 hours of editing, and then you're spending another hour plus posting it everywhere. Yeah. It's just, and so basically 5 hours I just spent on this, and to get 20 people watching it, it's just not worth my time anymore. It sucks, but it is what it is. But you get this. You get the live content now. You get the live show, every Monday night over here, and trying to bring on fantastic guests and like the Rev Room.
That alone requires work. I mean, for us to get on here, I mean, we're probably 6 months talking about it, at least, and then we started to deal with shutting down YouTube, and we had to figure that out. So it's like, all right, let's figure out how we can do it. And it's even bringing on like special guests that you do. It's more conversation than the hour and a half or whatever.
Also, you don't have the benefit of, editing, post editing. So you have to be spot on, straight through. There's no mistakes. There's no, I'll edit this out, or anything like that.
Nope. You get what you get. You're live, unedited, unscripted, unfiltered. So, now, one thing I've noticed in the cigar reviews with Mike is that every cigar review he does, he has a snug draw.
You lightly put that from the last live when you were talking to Mark about it, but I thought that was that was comical, and I actually went back after watching that, and I was like, you know what, like, damn, like I did, And listen, it's more of like, it's not necessarily that like it's a tight cigar, but also a cigar ages, the wrapper tightens up. It adds to your construction talk of a cigar, okay? But, some of them we get, and we'll get them in the mail and literally open up the box, and we might be shooting that day. If it happens to be a day that we could shoot. Yeah. Sometimes they're sitting in the mail, 4 or 5 days. By the time we get them, no Bovita packs, no nothing, and, they get a little tight.
Yeah. So we decide, once I get them or once he gets them, we decide to just let them sit for a week or two and then get into it. Or if it's something that we got to get out because it's a release coming, we we deal with it. We do it right
90+% of the time, it's you know the game. It's here it is, get it done yesterday, and you know you got 4 or 5 days from the time you get the product to shoot, schedule a shoot it, edit it, and get it ready to post. And you got 4 days or less sometimes.
Yeah.
To make that happen.
Yeah, we did one in 3 days.
We did it in 3 days, and it's a lot of sleepless nights, and just get it done. Just try and get it all done, and just get it going.
Yeah.
So,
I've always asked them if you want this dropped on a certain day or a certain week, try and get it to me a couple weeks beforehand. So I'm not, but I'll say this: 90% of the time, I get it like a day or two right before, and now I'm like, oh, all right.
Well, this is what I'm doing.
Because listen, you got companies that they have their own struggles with how, whether they're getting the product or they're delayed or they're shipping delays or whatever the story is, labels. There's a lot that goes into getting the cigar to the reviewer, let alone to the consumer and everything else. So, and you're trying to work and manage all of that and still get your content out at the day.
At the same time. It is. Well, now, cause like you said, I was talking with Mark on that live, and I thought it was funny because I was like, because he said, "Wow, you guys were going to get ready to film a review." I go, "Oh, another tight draw from Mike there."
Well, I got a little Easter egg in our video we actually just shot today, so
excellent.
Keep an eye out for that. That'll probably go live on Saturday, what we shot today. So again, a couple days getting it ready to go. Yep. Spend all day tomorrow editing it. Hopefully it'll go live Saturday, so keep an eye out for that on the Rumble page. And there's a little Easter egg in there for you, Danny.
Oh, perfect. I'm excited. I guess that just goes to show that I watch your guys' content, so I've picked up on some of the subtleness of how you guys review cigars, and I just wait. I'm like, all right, drinking game. Does he say it's a snug draw? So, for some of you guys out there who are watching who don't know, I got introduced to these guys through the Cigar Clowns and the Taste Test Tuesday panel. I've seen some of their stuff prior to it, but I didn't really know who they were till then. So, got introduced, and I just think that everybody who's on that panel just clicked with everybody. It's because it's either you knew who the people were, or you already knew the people. So it was just kind of it just kind of meshed. It went well, and I didn't know who you guys were personally, but I knew who you were. So it just kind of it worked out really well.
And then plus the people that you didn't know, and they come on, and now you could probably pick up the phone and have a full-blown hour conversation with you.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool to meet some new people and be able to meet them in person, a couple of them, and just click. It just works.
I was really surprised how well that worked out, because on paper I was like, this doesn't seem too good, but after doing it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and we met a lot of people through there. We met you, met Joe from Evil Empire. A lot more than half the panel we know personally. They live all within a 10-mile radius of us.
Yeah.
So we knew a lot of the guys getting into it. Obviously all the clowns, all the roadie guys, and Joe, Frank, and Pat, and everything.
Yep.
And it's been great, and that was a fantastic experience. I hope they bring that back soon, because we thoroughly enjoyed doing the taste test panel with them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love doing it too. I think one of the biggest things for me was, years and years and years of watching and reading Boston Jimmy, and actually being on the same screen with him. It was like a nerd out factor for me. It's just like, as Boston Jimmy. Oh my goodness, dude's a legend. Yeah. Why am I on here then? This guitar legend. Why am I here?
Then we had then they brought Lee Mack on, and I got to meet him down at Louis Liga's when the Freak Show dropped. He was there. I thought he lived someplace else. He lives within an hour.
He lives right outside of Philly.
Yep. So that was pretty cool.
And of course, three of the sticks that we had on the panel have been released as for consumer use. So
Yeah. Yep.
That was one of the after the first stick, I was actually surprised that because it was what our input was actually going to something that actually went out and made it out to the public, which to me was just unbelievable that we had an input. What was it? 17 people had input into what they were doing as a business, and you felt very valued as a part of that little mini community that they assembled.
Yeah.
Putting out products. I mean, it was surreal. It really was.
Well, yeah, I'm like, I don't know why you want my opinion on this. You guys seem to be doing good on your own, but I got into it and I took it far more seriously than I do my own content, because I'm like, dude, these guys have a big reputation, and I don't want to be responsible for a dud going out.
Yeah, I definitely felt more of a responsibility to put my palate to the test, doing those reviews, and you want to call them reviews, but basically, essentially, that's what you're doing of the stick and putting your input in, and just the responsibility factor, just trying to call the shots properly, get the flavor notes down, pick them up, correlate with what other people are tasting, and you have the oddball flavors out there. People were picking up some very strange flavor notes, but it's just everybody picks something different up, and that's the purpose of my point is that you have 17 to 20 people getting together and smoking the same cigar, and everybody's getting something different off of it. That's intriguing in and of itself.
Or one person says something, and then that was it. It just clicked in everybody's head. That's it.
Yeah. It was that I noticed that it was, you're trying to figure out something. It's like I know what this is, and then you got other people going, you get what I'm talking about. Yeah, I get it. And then somebody goes this? Yes, that's it.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, it's like I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't. But out of all of that, I'm proud to be a member of the Black Tea Society. If Saran's watching,
I'm sure he'll pop up here.
So yeah,
I'm crazy, but I'm getting black tea.
It's black tea. Yeah. Really, on the cold draw? Yeah, I'm not getting that.
Well, if Nick's watching, I'm sure the carrot cake. Just taste the cake.
Oh God.
That was the best one-liner probably from the 8 months we did that taste test panel. That was just the best.
Was it? That was so much fun, and so yeah. Yeah, and I hope they bring it back. I would like to be a part of it again if they bring it back, but if they want to mix it up and who they bring on and what they got, I completely understand. Ben, thanks for coming and hanging out, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, take care,
man. I'd like to be a part of it again, but if they don't, if they want to go a different route or bring some new, fresher faces on, I get it, and I'm all right with it. If for me it was a great opportunity. I'm super thankful to everybody in the Clowns for wanting to get my opinion on it, and I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Plus, during that whole process, is my palate, what to pay attention to, just grew. It grew. I mean, you could ask any of them, Mike here. It's just the amount of knowledge that I learned from that whole side of this industry, it's like mind blowing, and then to be able to put in that input. What's up, Sev?
Hey, Sev.
There's Sev.
Taste Test Tuesday, Sev. Talking about that.
One of the 17 taste testers right there.
Right there.
And then taking on that knowledge and wait till I get a haircut next week. Have the knowledge and put in to a couple of cigars that they actually picked and put out, and at least, obviously, I'm sure a few of us got a couple extra of those cigars put away just because we were a part of that.
Yeah, I did. And to me, it's ironic because when people talk about it, it's like, well, I kind of, it's kind of my stick. It's kind of your stick, because we all had a hand in it, and especially that last release that came out, which was a tweak out of, off of what we said about the stick.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get to retest that before it came out. So, I went into that blind, only going off of what I had written down from what we tested.
Yeah.
And then you see Sev coming in. Now, you want to talk about a guy who has a savant palate. There's a guy who could tell you that there's 3 sprinkles of cinnamon on what he just got. I've never met anybody who's just, their palate is just tuned into just, it's like almost perfection. I'm just like, dang, dude.
I was blown away watching him taste test, and you as well, and just picking up notes that I'm like what you were saying, you just couldn't quite put your finger on it, and me and you were piggybacking a lot off each other on those lies, but Sev has just dynamite palate.
Dynamite palate, man. Sev's palate is phenomenal. Then he's one of those guys out there that I'm sorry, 4 sprinkles of cinnamon. Sorry. Yeah. He's a guy, I'm like, man, I'm not picking up any cinnamon whatsoever on this. Well, I'm picking up like 4 sprinkles of cinnamon off of that, so I'm like, well.
Yeah, he's telling you the brand and the origin of the country.
Yeah, of course, Hey, he's a young Charlie from Half Wheel. Next up, we're going to be getting all about the Club Baby Seal steaks that he's picking up in this. The Antarctic cinnamon. So, where are you guys seeing the channel go to coming up? As we're coming down to the end of the year. Where are you seeing the channel going, or do you have a direction you want to take it as you come into the new year?
Yeah, I mean, we are turning it. Ideally, we would like to shoot more events, so that's going to be our goal for next year. We have a lot of event coverages that we do that don't go live on any platform or social medias or anything like that. So we're trying to make it more of like a media-based company where we do event coverages for anything. All the cigar events that we've covered, we did some of the goats and things like that, and they're all on the Rumble account and whatnot. And just doing more event type things, more car-based things, and we have some tricks up our sleeve that we're working out all the details on. And trying to branch over into, like I said, just more or less event type coverages for social media, for businesses, and product promotion type thing.
That sounds great.
I mean, like he just said, we got a couple things in the work with some car videos. Um, so you probably see maybe one or two before the end of this year, for the closeout of this year. And we're hoping that that takes off, because it's not just any random kind of cars. It's going to be, we're going to spend triple, four times the amount of time just sitting down and editing this stuff. It's something that we want to get into, and we talked about it enough. There's a couple other things we talked about that we want to do, and if it happens, it happens. It'll come.
Are you looking at the cigar content to branch out next year and start doing like trade show coverages that are out there?
We're definitely looking into doing that. We are a lot of, can't say too much because everything's still, on paper type things.
Yeah.
But we're working with a few different companies right now to do that sort of work. Cigar event based things where we shoot the event and promote kind of the event and what's going on at that cigar event essentially. Right now we're doing a lot of local stuff, and again, a lot of it doesn't go to social media. That's not what the client would like, or that's not what they're going for. But we're trying to go more into that, those type videos, so to speak.
I get you. It's doing more in-house promotional stuff for those companies than it is broad scope promotion on social media. I understand.
Yeah. I mean, what we've done so far, what we're doing, what we're set to do in the near future, it's all, I don't want to call it homework, but we're doing that kind of work to build what we want to do, how to know where we want to go. It's constant work. It's nonstop. I mean, we're at work on the phones, we're talking back. It doesn't stop.
A lot of pre-planning. But,
yeah.
Next year, definitely, if you guys aren't already subscribed to us, definitely go subscribe. We're going to have some whole new direction, a whole new plan. We're still going to always do our product reviews, the tech stuff, all those type videos.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just trying to, branch out more into the event space.
Gotcha. If you're not subscribed to the Rev Room or follow them, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, down in the description I've got links to everything Rev Room. So you can click on any of those links and it'll take you directly to their pages so you can subscribe or follow on there. It's a good plan, because I've kind of watched your guys' channel grow, especially over this last year. You guys have just you jumped in. The quality of the video content has gotten a lot better. The content itself is fun and entertaining, and you guys are on your way to, like I said, you may not think you're superstars, but you guys are definitely superstars. I mean,
one thing that we could say, what was it, March we became monetized? Was it March?
It was February 18th.
February 18th. That's crazy. That's actually my sister's birthday. So since then, we got, I think it's another...
There are 560 subscribers.
Since February.
So.
And it took almost 2 years to hit the 1,000 mark.
You guys crushed it. And I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year you're at 2K. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's definitely a goal. I mean, I think I just looked at it before we got on. In the past 28 days, we had 101 new subscribers in 28 days, and that's averaging about 10 or 11 more than previous months.
Well, but I think that your product reviews, you've been doing unique stuff, so that adds to it.
It's not just the regular stuff. There is some regular stuff, very useful stuff, but there's some stuff that you would click on. You're like, what is that? know.
That's the whole premise of it. It's not
Yeah.
just do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And trying to find those rare, bizarre products that like we did Old Bay goldfish. It's like you can't even describe that. It's like, where the hell did you come up with putting Old Bay on goldfish? It's like just crazy.
Somebody thought of it.
Somebody thought of it. I don't think it would taste very good.
Dude, it's really good. It's surprisingly good.
There's another one for you, then.
Yeah, go watch that video. When I bought them and I opened up that package, you just watch the video. I'm like, this is disgusting. I do not want to eat these. I don't know why I bought them. And what's going on, Frank? And I'm just sitting there like majority of the stuff that I review, especially food review, it's like I just look at it. I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? Why did they come up with it?
Yeah, I say that too. Well, I was at Walmart that day, and I was texting you guys pictures of the candy at Walmart. Some of the weird, obscured candy that was there. I'm like, why is this even out? It's like, yeah, who in their right mind is buying a chocolate peanut butter cross to eat? Well, I know he did it, but
yeah. But we actually got. I seen something so crazy the other day. It was taco jelly beans, and it was like,
I've had those.
You've had them? I
have.
saw this. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I was like,
I had I bought a pack of the Mexican jelly beans. So there's Mexican hot chocolate, refried beans, chili powder, taco, tortilla. I bought the pack of them.
What was it worth it?
So the Mexican hot chocolate was really good. The tortilla flavored one was good. The refried bean was terrible.
I'm sure it was.
But it was terrible. I mean, I hate black licorice. I would have rather had the black licorice jelly bean than the refried jelly bean.
Oh man, now I gotta get them.
Yeah, not very good. But I mean, it was different. It was, I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. But
well, there you go. Start doing reviews of terrible products, terrible food products.
Nobody wants to watch me more than they already do.
I do. Well, I'm following you on your. Here's a little plug for your new little gathering that you're doing. Your 505 rips.
So that was older that I restarted back up because I had about 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then YouTube killed my channel.
Wow.
Because some guy bitched because I was holding live auctions and I didn't see his bid, and he bitched, and they pulled my channel down. And that's what led to the cigar stuff. I took some time off because I was so pissed off about that. And so that moved me. I go, let me try the cigar stuff, see how it works. And so I'm like, I want to get back into it. And so
that's definitely interesting. We will talk because I might have some things that will help you work that channel a little bit.
So I'm just like, do it for fun, something to do in between other shit. It's just, I'm sitting in here ripping packs anyway, so I might as well just film some of it and.
People watch it. I don't get it, but people watch it.
There's some sort of enjoyment. I mean, I've been watching rips and breaks for years just because I'm like, damn, look at that card that dude pulled. Some of them I think may be what they call influencer boxes, where they got it direct from the manufacturer and they packed it with something good to make it. Because I'm like, man, dude, I ain't never pulled anything like that out of a pack
it's all
before.
about the sales. You know. Somebody pulls in some crazy card, you know, then people are going, oh, I can get one too. I'm going to go try and buy a box of them. And then you go on eBay and they're 3, 4, 5 times retail.
Yeah, so I just thought, you know what, I'm sitting in here watching TV, smoking a cigar. Might as well just let me just kind of let me just film me ripping some packs. Let's see how it goes. If it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere. I mean, it's kind of how I spend my time.
If you're having fun doing it, that's all that matters. And if you're having fun, it's good. And if people are watching, that's how you grow. And I've been having fun since day one with the Rev Room. I don't care if anybody watches or a million people watch it. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you know, the reviews and the views and the money and everything else, when that comes and everything, it's just, you know,
It's
nice.
just an added bonus.
It's an added bonus. But again, you know, the root of it is I'm enjoying doing it and helping people out, and that's the whole reason for starting it. And you know, if it grows and it becomes something, it's great. So be it.
Yeah, you know, I go to the I go to the post office and I open up the PO box and I got keys in there and I'm like, what do I have? And I get excited because I'm just like, sometimes I want to just like film me opening up the mailbox. Just like, all right, here we go. We got 3 postal boxes to open up today. What did we get? Because I didn't order anything. And there's just a sense of excitement on that you're just like, dang, man, somebody, it's like, dang, dude, somebody sent me something. That's so cool. I never expected that. I never expected to get to where I'm at. In all honesty, I kind of figured, all right, maybe this lasts a couple weeks and there'll be no interest in it. And pushing now almost 3 years. The Instagram channel will be up for 3 years come December, and the YouTube channel, will 2nd year anniversary is at the end of the month.
Wow.
But it can't be worse than my very first video, because that was trash.
You got to start from somewhere. So.
Well, because I filmed the first video like I filmed the break videos. I'm off camera. I was just making it all about the cigar. I didn't realize people actually wanted to see my face and watch me smoke the cigar. So I'm just like holding it, and the cigar's falling apart, and I'm like, dude, this stick is just not holding together. And look at this, the entire wrapper just came off. It was terrible.
It's surprising, even to us, what does well and what tanks, because we have videos that have over 100,000 views that I'm like, why am I even shooting this video? And I got over 100,000 views on it. And I got videos that I'm like, this is going to be great. We're going to get 100,000, 200,000 views easily. And I got like 150 views, 200 views. I'm like, I thought this was going to be a banger for sure. And that's why you shoot everything. Because you just don't know.
Honestly, you never know what's going to hit, And, like that first time I had 2,000 people watched one of my reviews, I'm like, why this stick? Why this one? But it got watched,
Yeah. See, if you want to talk about a cigar, that's your first time having a freak show.
This is my first time smoking the Freak Show. It's a good stick. Different than what I would have expected from the clowns, but it's a really good stick.
I like, as far as Perfecto, I think the Scaramouche was better if we're just going size, but I enjoyed that stick not as much as the AVB, the Ron, the Festivus. Those are all like just unbelievable cigars that they put out.
Yes,
I haven't had a Festivus in a while.
Yeah.
I I haven't had one yet.
You haven't smoked at Festivus yet.
You won't smoke it yet.
It's not Christmas. It's not Christmas time. I'll smoke. I'm smoking during Christmas, and like Ray said, he wanted to smoke with me when I light it up. I was like, okay.
I got probably 15 or 20 of them laying around in my humidor.
So yeah, it's a good stick. I like it. It's a different and unique stick than what I would have expected from the clowns. But it still has some of those clown subtleties that I've really come to like in clown sticks. So that's there. So and it's an interesting stick. It's kept my attention the whole time. I haven't gotten bored with it. So that's always a bonus on a stick.
I haven't gotten bored with any of these things.
No.
All of them. Excuse me. All of them. I smoked to the end and never got bored with it. Never put one out. Never had any.
The only one that I really didn't care for, but it was still a good stick, was the Clown Cerro. Yeah, it just wasn't for me.
I don't like Lanceros, so none of them hit the mark for me. I'm with you in the anti-Lancero family, but I just don't get the draw and the smoke production off of Lancero. And say what you want about that comment. It is what it is, but it just doesn't do it.
No, it doesn't do it. I like cigars that perform well, and apparently I've been told I'm the only person that can smoke. That every Lancero they smoke, there's an issue with it. I'm like, well, then I get that shit. You think I'm just magically out there picking bad sticks? So I'm like, I'm not. It's honestly it's what I've come to expect from Lanceros over almost the last 20 years. It's just how it is.
I'm curious on how their next one's going to be for October. I mean, they said the size, no name yet or when it's coming, but the 6x58.
Damn, that's a big stick.
Yeah.
All right. It's got to be a continuation off of like the AVB side of it.
I would hope so.
I would too. That stick was so good. That stick was so good. All right, so question for both of you on this one. How did your journey into cigars begin?
Him?
Well, I got introduced to cigars from my father. He's a very avid cigar smoker for I don't even know how long now.
30 plus probably.
At least. And, basically just hanging around him and, just lighting up a cigar with him one day. I don't even know how long ago, probably 20 years ago. I'm in that ballpark too. And, just smoking with him and basically just on the weekends, just hanging out, lighting up a stick and just talking, eventually going into lounges, meeting more people, buying different cigars. And that's basically where that took me and how I got started.
Okay. Do you remember the stick that made you fall in love with cigars?
The Monte Cristo number 2.
Cuban. All right.
That since then I still smoke them, I still enjoy them, but my palate has changed immensely since that cigar. But that's the cigar that got me hooked into really enjoying cigars. That's the first thing I can remember that I'm like, that's the cigar.
So with me, first time period smoking, I was just smoking to smoke. And that was it. No taste, no knowledge, no nothing. And then when I got on my job, met a lot of people, they were smoking. So talking, conversating, and then, I started off like a lot of people, not everybody, but with the flavored acids, any kind of flavored stuff, just so that I have a taste rather than killing my throat with just I would call it raw tobacco at the time because I had no palate, no taste for it, no knowledge of what you're pulling in, how to do it, blah blah blah. And then you know buying more different flavored stuff and trying something a little bit more stronger, stuff like that. But the first one that I really enjoyed came as a recommendation from Mike, and that was the Monte Cristo White Series,
White label.
the white label. I mean, that just it me to start tasting like the creaminess that can come from that. Like, okay, this is very different. And then trying moving on to what the Perdomos, the 10th anniversaries,
Yeah.
getting into that, and then probably last year labeled as a full body cigar was out of the Cigar Clowns, the Rum, when that came out. I mean, that was I was not to say I was nervous lighting that up, because the first time I smoked that was the day it came out, and I was sitting with 4 out of the 5 clowns at a lounge and smoked. I wanted another one right then and there. I smoked it until I couldn't hold it no more. And at the very beginning of before establishing any kind of palate, being able to pull out that there were 7 transitions in that thing, tasting them all, that was that kind of set me off from there. Spiral effect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You come to realize how expensive this gets as a hobby or a craft, however you want to put it. You know,
Yeah. What we acquired at the beginning of this year for humidors, Mike started working on one and gotten in, figuring out stuff. And I'm sure a video on that once we finalize how to get the cooling and heating effect with the humidification. You'll see that coming, and he's got 2 of them. I'm keeping 2 for myself, and they're 6-foot tall refrigerators basically that we're converting over.
there you go. That's
Well,
awesome.
We'll make for an interesting video, nonetheless.
It'll make a good video.
Just with what he just discovered over the past day or so. We tried something for a cooling effect to keep a consistent temperature, and what we bought it wasn't working out with being able to keep temperature. Now you open up this giant 6-foot door, what's going to happen? You're going to lose your temperature. Some humidity is going to come out, and to build that temperature back up once it's fully stuffed, what we started with wasn't working. So I think what he found is going to make a substantial difference. And it's going to be very interesting. It's something you probably haven't seen yet.
I don't think it's ever been done in a humidor.
Yep.
To my knowledge.
And it's going to be pretty cool. And if it works, we have no problem finding something, putting it together for somebody, and selling it. That's going to be something that's probably going to come to.
Look at that. We original Thomas Edison's over here. Nah, that's cool. I always like to learn about people's journey on how they got involved and what made them want to stay with it, because everybody's journey is different, and both of your guys' journeys are completely different from one another. And I think that's important, because it resonates with a lot of people. May not just be me, but there may be people watching who's like, yeah, you know what, that's how my journey got started too.
I mean, you could say what you said on sticking to it. It's meeting all new people, and doesn't matter what they do for a living, where they come from, what kind of downtimes they're in. If you're in the lounge or you're online, this is what it is.
Yeah, and there's just, this has no bounds.
Nope.
It binds us all together. Doesn't matter, because you could sit and you could be at a lounge just bullshitting away with a guy who's a billionaire, or a guy who cleans toilets for a living. You don't know, but you can always find a good conversation.
No judgment, no
Yeah.
thoughts on mean, there has been a couple this year, but we windowed those out.
You know, like
But
every group always has assholes in it,
yeah,
and you know, I think we as a community do a good job in self-policing when people start getting out of line, and we,
if
you know,
someone gets out of line, it's just all of a sudden it's who backs out, and then all the messages go out. Oh, do this, do that, not this one, not that one. Get them out of
yeah,
here.
yeah, I think, you know, and I think that's one reason on top of the fact that you can talk and associate with anybody
Yeah,
and doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter whether the guy across from you smoking a $80 stick and you've got a $4 stick. You always will find something to have a conversation about,
yeah,
regardless. And everybody wants to talk at a lounge. Everybody wants to. People want to know about you. You know, people always you know, when I tell people what I do for a living, people, you know, I spend hours at a lounge just talking to people about being a blue collar grunt.
yeah. And you want to get into that. We've all been in lounges where you walk in and all you're getting is eyes. And like, who are you? Why are you here? Without them saying that, but you know that's what they're thinking. And then the whole time you're sitting there, you're still getting the eyes. Then you walk into another lounge. Like, we prefer to drive 15 minutes to another state to sit in the lounge because just the whole aura,
The vibe.
the whole vibe of everybody that walks through the door. Hey, how's it going? I mean, we spent a lot of time last year in a lounge on the other side of Staten Island where we live, and you'd walk in and there'd be a new group of people, and they're walking over with their bottle. Here, you want some? Like, how you guys doing? What's your name? It's okay. This is what we're doing, and it's a great time. Like I said, you go into these lounges and they're either way too expensive. That's a whole nother conversation alone. But then you get the guys that's just solely in there for that, for themselves, and they won't. What you got there?
You got the League of Nine now.
You get 9. Is that Toro size? What is that?
I'm not sure. I think it's a Robusta 6x54, if I'm not mistaken.
Toro.
Toro.
This is a good stick.
Still going.
Not much left on it. It's a good stick. It is a good stick. Yeah, I agree. I think that there are certain lounges out there that cater to a certain type of person, and those type of people are who are there. And then there are the lounges that everybody hangs out with. Everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter. Just come hang out, have a good time, party. Hey, we're smoking, bullshit, share sticks. And those are I prefer those lounges. I don't have any of those stuffy lounges around here, so it's not something. It's not something that I've particularly dealt with, but I know people who frequent those other types of lounges.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out here, unfortunately, in New York. And forget the overpriced, but you got to deal with that and a bunch of shitheads. On top of it, you're like, why am I here? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like you go in to expect to have a night out with 4 or 5 people, and then halfway through the first stick, you're like, all right, you want to go back to my house? Or you want to go over here? We'll hang out in the big yard.
Time to go.
You catch those moments where it's like, all right, you look at one person, and then the other person in the group is looking at you guys, looking at each other, and you're like, yep, we're on the same page. Let's fucking wrap this up.
All right, we're gonna light up the Ciga bun now.
Oh yeah.
Do a little.
I do have a couple of those sitting.
This is my first time smoking this one.
Really?
Yeah.
You've had it sitting all this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not and I never use a lighter, and of course none of these lighters want to freaking work, probably because I never use them.
You gotta purge the air out.
I did, and then I refilled them with gas, and I just don't think they get enough use. They get enough use.
That was working.
There we go. All right, let's see if we get
See
if we get a Cinnabon out of this.
I didn't really pull too much off of those. You know, they had a sweet note, but I think it faded away rather quickly. They're like one of those, like the mouthpieces, they flavored type of sticks.
Oh, sweet cap. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I cut the cap off. So. But I do kind of get the sugar on the lips.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, good, man. I've I over the last 22 years that I've smoked, I've kind of, I've watched a lot of the changes take place within the community, and I think over the last 3 or 4 years, for me, it's been some of the best times that I've had being a cigar smoker. With the people that I've met, the openness of people who want to talk, who want to share. Because before, you ended up, it ended up was like high school. You were in a clique and you only hung out with those people. You only shared with those people. Now I can meet a random stranger just smoking a stick and I just talking to them about what they're smoking, and they'll just give me one. Like, here, take it, try it. Tell me what you think.
Yep.
And it wasn't like that before, but that change has come in, and I like the change. I think it's great. I'm not one of these old school stuffy guys that say, well, you gotta stick to this tradition.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys, they have their cigar and they smoke their cigar at this place at this time every single week, and they generally, it's literally one type of cigar. They just, buy boxes of them and that's all they smoke, and they're not open to trying anything else or even talking to anyone. They just want to smoke their cigar and be left alone, sit in the corner, and that's the end of it.
I don't know, I like to kind of be as alone as much as the next person, but I also like having good conversations with people too, about anything.
If you want to do that though, stay at home and smoke the cigar by yourself. If you don't want to, talk, why are you going to a lounge? You know what I'm saying? You have the openness there to meet someone that you might, be able to talk at least cigars with. You know what I'm saying? If you're not into talking to anybody or whatever, somebody pissed in your cornflakes or something in the morning, it's like, just stay home and, smoke in the comfort of your own home by yourself where no one's going to talk to you.
So where are you seeing the state of the industry at now, coming from your side? One, being a consumer, but two, also being kind of in that influencer level as well, and a content creator that has an influencer side to it.
I mean, as far as what directly? Just
Like
in general?
what? Like, yeah, just in general. Like, are you liking what you're seeing? You're not liking what you're seeing? Are you liking where you're seeing things going, where it's trending to now?
I mean, I'm a little bit like on the 50-50 mark because you see a lot of boutique brands popping up, and they're selecting good cigars and putting them out that probably normally would just be sitting in a warehouse collecting dust for years on end and never actually get put out. So that's good. It's nice to see those brands pop up and put out cigars and products and all that stuff. So that side of the industry is cool and nice to see, I guess you could say. Um, and but the thing is, you have like your major players in the game that are putting out products. You know what I'm saying? And even them are trying to branch out to be like smaller individual companies and being a little more like boutique-y, so to speak. And I think that's where the industry is moving towards. That people want more. It's like the tech world, for example. Everybody wants the latest and greatest, the newest, whatever, and it's good, and people are always going to follow that trend. And I think the boutique brands are kind of taking advantage of that and people's nature, where they're like, "Oh, this is the newest stick from so and so. Jump on it. We got to buy it. You got to jump on it. You don't know the next latest and greatest." And the smaller brands, so to speak, are putting out more sticks and newer sticks more frequently than the old time players in the game, the big guys, that are putting out the same consistent product and the same brand, same, League of Nine, the this, to that, where there's not a lot of newness coming from them. You're getting that with the boutique brands.
Well, and I'm seeing before COVID, you didn't really see much social media wise from big brands or legacy brands. And I think a lot of these brands saw how these boutique brands started taking off because they were engaging with the consumer. They were doing stuff on social media. They were social media savvy. They were getting their name out there. People were talking about them. And now you're starting to see a little bit more within that realm of those brands starting to really, well, they're playing catch up on that now because they fell behind because they were going, hey, the only way to do this is in this magazine article, in this digital platform magazine, physical magazine. Can't do that anywhere, and I think it showed that if you actually engage with the people who are smoking your stuff and getting their take, and you're getting on the minute live information about how is this, what do you like about it, what don't you like about it, if you could change something, what would it be? To where the big brands, when they throw new stuff out, it's like, well, it's out, who cares, you're gonna buy it because it's from me.
Yeah.
Where you're going to have more of like the, with the boutique brands, where they're going to be putting out a product and they're going to fall flat on their face, or they're going to keep the momentum going. A big shot in the game that's been around for 100 years now. It doesn't matter. They put out a bad stick, so to speak. It doesn't make a difference. They got fucking 40 other cigars that are out for sale in every shop in America, and it doesn't really make a difference. So,
It does. For them, no, it doesn't. But I think that they've realized that they've lost some ground because people are gravitating away from big brand, legacy brand, and going towards that boutique brand, the small batch route, the limited edition route.
I think they're putting out a better product. I think that people are putting more thought and more effort into it versus like, okay, we got 300 pallets of tobacco over there. We got to make something of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's more finely tuned and picked out, where a smaller brand is gonna go, pick out something that is better for the most part. But when even with these boutique brands, like you said, you start to pull out, a style of what that brand is known for, what they're putting out, so you can gravitate towards them, knowing that it's going to be somewhere in that realm of style of cigar, going with brand A or brand B or whatever, and you're getting, I think, a more consistent, better product that's always new, and everybody wants always new.
And the smaller companies, the smaller brands, boutique brands, they can't afford to put out something just to put it out.
Yeah.
They have to pick something that is good. You know, if you got a group of people, yeah, there's probably always going to be a difference. But if the majority rules, it goes out and winds up being a good cigar.
So, are you a fan of what some of these brands are doing, like the Clowns, where it is a limited run, single release, or would you prefer to get a continuous buy out of this?
With the clowns, I think we could all say we hope the day comes that there's something always available, nonstop. The limited runs, they're all good. We all like, everybody, most people out there, they like to chase. They want to get them. They get them.
I think that's part of the fun
Yeah.
that new life brings to the community, because not only whether the cigar is good or not is not really as important as trying to chase it down. So you get a lot of people that they again, obviously, if the cigar sucks, on a limited run, it's going to sell. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only 5,000 of them out there. They're going to sell out, and then it's a terrible cigar. That brand's probably not going to sell their next cigar. You know what I'm saying? So,
or it'll take longer.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're putting out, and not just the Clowns, but a lot of these boutique brands, and there's thousands of them out there, are putting out good cigars and consistently, and it's more or less something that you enjoy. Like, I don't think there's anything as a quote unquote bad cigar. It's just it wasn't for you. It didn't fit your palate, didn't fit your flavor profile, what you're looking for. But someone out there thinks that that's a fantastic cigar.
Yeah.
That's part of the beauty of smoking. But also, the limited runs for me bother me, because I always find something that I love, and there's only X amount of them out there, and that sucks.
If you don't jump on and blindly buy a lot of them, it's either you buy a lot of them and you don't care for it,
yeah,
or you only bought 5 or 8 of them or whatever the fuck. And
I find that the least quantity of cigars that I bought, I've enjoyed, the most, unfortunately. Which again is a terrible thing, because you either can never get them again, or you got to cut off your left arm to try and get yourself another 5-pack of these limited type cigars. And again, it's fun to get them. I like the exclusivity of it, and the hunt, the chase to get them. But at the same time, I wish that they were more readily available. But that's the give and the take, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with you. I am a fan of the limited run, the small batch. I do like that. I do like the chase, but like you, I end up finding some that I really like, and I can't get them anymore. Or I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna sell a kidney to get one.
We've had recently one instance. We won't say who, but last year a cigar came out, and we were presented with it to buy it, try it. We chose not to do it at the time, because we could only get them in 10-packs. And it was this price. To not know anything about a particular brand that was brand new, I'll say, and we chose not to do it. And then recently, we were able to actually get a relationship with this group, and got our hands on one, tried it, and upon light up, we're kicking ourselves. We're kicking ourselves. We were fortunate enough to get a couple, because there was still some left over out of a private stash, but that was that makes you rethink. You got these limited brands,
But what it comes down to is, like, do you take that gamble of buying 15, 20 cigars? You know, me, I'm not into that. I mean, you know, I wanna smoke a cigar, and okay, it's good. I enjoyed it. Now I'll go out and I'll buy a box of them. I'll buy 20 of them. I'll buy 30 of them,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. But now that opportunity is gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you are taking that big gamble of like, okay, X brand is coming out with a new stick. Do I get 5 of them? Do I get 10 of them? Do I get 15 of them? You know, and it's like, you know, not you. When you see these brands, you are following them for X amount of time. It's like, you know, you've grown to know that you're probably gonna like it, you know, because you've enjoyed a lot of their other sticks or whatever. But you know, it's like you never know because it just may not be for you. Now you're stuck with 20 of them or whatever, you know, and you'll get rid of them easy. You won't have to worry about it, I guess. So
And
Yeah.
like this one brand I just mentioned, there's probably not a cigar from here out that they'll put out that we won't buy, that we won't get. We're going to get.
Yeah, it is, you know, and that's kind of one of those things, especially that give and take, not knowing about it, not really being any reviews out there to see if that's something you'd be interested in, and buying blindly or passing on it, going, I don't know, can I just get one, see if I like it? If I can, then
I
we'll
mean,
talk.
I'll take a shot on a 5-pack. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably the most that I'll be willing to buy from, you know, a brand that I've never heard of and a cigar I've never tried of. You know, and but anything more than that, you know, I'm not gonna do. You know, I'm not gonna buy a 10-pack blindly of a brand or whether it's a big company or a boutique brand. Just not gonna do it. You know, and again, that's, you know, $150 on a 10-pack to lay out. You know, it's like I'm not interested. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just not interested.
Then the
Yeah.
time comes and you're actually able to try it, and you're like, God damn it!
But you know, you got to look at it that it could have been the reverse end of it.
Yeah,
You could have
yeah.
got 10
Yeah.
sticks that are terrible that you don't like. Now what are you gonna do with the other 9?
Yeah, and then your willingness to try out anything new they put out is
Yeah.
limited at that point, and it could be a life changer for you, but you would never know because that one stick on that side, you just dumped a ton of money on something that's not for you.
We've all done it.
Sadly.
We've all done it. We've all done it. I probably have 10 or 15 of one upstairs that time to come out it was like in the beginning stages of developing a palate. So I'll still hold on to them, let them sit another year, see what happens.
This thing sucks.
We've been there, which is why I have like 4,000 cigars. You know, it's just a lot of stuff I've accumulated over the years. Some of it, it's just not. They're not my jam anymore. Not something I'm interested in. I'll probably never smoke them. You know, I'll probably give some away, but
But
you know,
that's what it comes to. You accumulate, you know, stuff like any other hobby, and you know you have the stash that just sits there, and you know, you're not going to touch it and everything. But you know, what's a here's a question for you. What's a new doesn't even have to be a new cigar. What's a new cigar to you that you recently smoked that you haven't been able to put down?
Sagrado cigars.
Right.
They're a newer company that's out, and I met John Stewart, who owns Sagrado Cigars, at the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest. I haven't been able to stop smoking them. They've been that good. And then we had him on Tuesday night. Just bangers. All of them have just been bangers. Even the one I didn't think I was going to care for, that I didn't think was going to be for me, I thoroughly enjoyed. So they're a new brand that's out that I've really fallen for. That I think they're definitely, I would say, they're going to be a name people are talking about within the next year.
And they have production cigars and more like boutique style.
They're boutique, but they're production line.
Okay.
You know,
They're keeping it small.
He's working on the expansion. You know, we had him on because Ryan and I are from Colorado, and and his company's based here in Colorado. So we had him on to one, help promote him, but two, the cigars are just that good. You know, they hit all the right spots for me, and I've had one of each of his 4 lines, and fantastic. Then they've been a stick that I've really liked, and I've kind of, some of my daily stuff that I smoke, I haven't been smoking it because I've been smoking his stuff.
Definitely got to give them a look.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I appreciate you taking the time out, coming, hanging out with me. Giving me a little bit of clout that I know somebody famous.
We appreciate you guys, you having us on the show. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad we finally had a chance to do this. This won't be our last appearance here. Guarantee you that.
No,
we'll have to get on again soon.
Yes, sir. You know it.
What happens by the end of the year if we hit that 2K mark?
Oh, yeah. Of course. I recommend everybody who's watching, if you're not following, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, go down into the description. The links to everything Rev Room are down there. So go follow and subscribe everything that they've got going on. And go ahead and give yourself a shameless plug here to end out the show.
Yeah, I mean, Rev Room, YouTube, Instagram, Rumble, Facebook, everything. If you guys are into anything from EDC type stuff, knives, flashlights, tech, you name it, food reviews, dumb reviews. If you guys want some entertainment, head over there. We got a little something for everybody. There's playlist sections for just about anything that you could possibly be into as, a man in this world, or woman. We have a lot of women subscribers as well.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, get on there and check it out. If you guys do follow us from here or anywhere, comment on our videos. We actually respond to all comments and interact with the community. That's one thing we pride ourselves on. And so thank you for having us here, and thank you for anyone, future subscribers and current subscribers. We appreciate everybody.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Excellent. All right. So tomorrow night, guys, over on IG Live, Raw Cigar Reviews, Ryan and I, we have Ish from BAMF Cigars will be on. We will be live reviewing one of the 50th anniversary Lanceros, which is an 8x50. So we'll be live reviewing with the manufacturer. Thursday night hangout is back with Wrench and myself on Thursday nights on IG Live.
I look forward to that every Thursday.
We are back, so come hang out with Wrench and I on Thursday night and our dumbass shenanigans and bullshit that we go through and trashing of each other. It's a lot of fun. And next Monday night, be back over here. The great Mickey Peg of All Saints Cigars will be the guest of honor. So come hang out with Mickey and I and learn all about a boy with a dream from Philadelphia. So until next time, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Love you guys from the Rev Room. Go follow, go follow, go follow. These guys, they will not disappoint you. So we will see you all next week, man.
All right.